Golly, hon. It is so dang windy.
I know.
Jeez.
What did you make me do?
We are out here. The winds have got to be rocking about 35 miles per hour. It's not that cold, it's only about 35, but with the wind chill, it's probably around, I don't know, 10. Good grief. We're going to have to try to find a sheltered spot. Well, it's not too bad right here.
No, not bad.
Oh, yeah. There's the city. The sun will be coming up in about an hour or so. Hey there guys, hey there girls. Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review, and Susie here with the Outdoor Gear Review. Honey Bunny, what time is it?
Let's see. I think it's like 5:30.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 5:30.
Yep.
a.m.
Yep. It is nice and dark, and we are at Dalton Park. This is a state park here in North Carolina. We're up on top of the mountain. It is incredibly windy. The winds are rocking about 30 miles an hour. The temperatures are around 30. So with the wind chill, we're looking at about 10 degrees, something along those lines.
Yeah, it's cold.
I'm nice and warm. How are you?
I'm adjusting. A little chilled, but it's all good.
Heck yeah. Now for this episode, this is the answer portion to the last question and answers, where you guys submitted tons and tons of questions. Tons and tons. I think I have 8 pages of questions right here.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
There's all sorts of stuff. There's questions for Susie. There's questions for me. Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we decided it's been about 5 months, so maybe we should, answer these questions.
Oh yeah, they're probably wondering.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yep, we're up here. We're on top of this mountain, and as we go through answering the questions, we will be filming the sunrise. Ah, man, I think it's coffee time. What do you think?
Yeah.
Some nice warm coffee to go along with our questions. As an outdoorsman, as a professional, I highly recommend that you get yourself a cup of coffee as well.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our questions.
Okay.
Mobile Tech wants to know, what editing program do you use for your YouTube vids?
I use Final Cut Pro X, whatever the latest version is for the Mac. It's not available for the PC. It is a Mac only product. Would I say it's the best editing program out there? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I've only used iMovie and Final Cut Pro X. I'm sure Adobe Premiere and all that stuff is just fine as well, but this is what I started with. This is what I know.
Yeah, and I have to say that you do a fantastic job editing
Well,
all your videos, and I see firsthand how much work he puts into each video, and so you guys probably have an idea of how many hours it takes to edit, like the outdoor adventures.
right.
So many hours, but from the beginning up until now, you can tell like your editing gets better and better, and you just do a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you so much, honey.
Yeah.
Talking about that, let's just take the average overnight adventure, which by the time it's all said and done, it's around an hour. That's usually the typical time frame, But when it comes to editing that, it will take me on average 2 days to do it, and I'll probably work on it for at least 16 hours. I will watch that same video over and over and over to make sure that it makes sense, that the audio is good, and that I'm not boring you all to death.
Yep, and then he's always like, honey, can you come watch this? Because he's watched it so many times, he might overlook something.
Yeah.
So we get some fresh eyes to watch it again.
Yep.
So a lot of work goes into editing.
Ton of work.
Even videos like these and the review videos that are shorter.
Oh, yeah.
Luke definitely puts in a lot of work to get these.
Yeah, it's like just to shoot a 5-minute review, oftentimes will take almost an hour to do it.
Yeah.
There's so much work. You have to change the angles and all that stuff. It's a ton of work, but at the same time, it's still a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, he thoroughly enjoys it.
Love
No
it.
matter how much time it takes. We've been filming since I guess about 3:30 this morning, so we've already got a couple of hours of filming. And of course, this video won't be hours long, but
Right.
I know that you enjoy it. But I just want to say kudos to your editing because it's just fantastic.
Thank you very much.
All right, next question.
Next question.
JB says, sometimes when I camp out in the wilderness, I like to pick one spot, and then I might stay there 3 or 4 days before moving again.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, I'll police the area, do some gourmet cooking, and just relax and breathe in life's beauty. Do you two ever get to just kick back and smell the roses, so to speak, and not move around too much? Thanks. Love your vids.
Awesome.
Well,
awesome question.
Yeah, thanks, JB. That's a good question.
That's a really good one. You want to answer, or should I?
You go ahead, and then I'll put my
Okay.
2 cents in.
Very rarely when we go out do we really get to stop and smell the roses. If there is a negative aspect to filming the reviews, I think is that it takes so much of our attention to actually doing the videos, to recording, that sometimes like we don't maybe take as much time as we should to, stare at the sky or kick back and just relax.
Yeah, and if you do a trip for that purpose, then of course you're not filming it,
Yeah.
and the viewers don't get to see it because
Right.
even when we're out on an adventure, if you are filming it, it is work
Yeah.
to film that.
Yeah.
But I like to think that sometimes we take a break to smell the roses.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is like even if I consider it kind of work, but it's work that I really really enjoy doing, like when we film these videos. But just driving out here, yeah, it's kind of a work. We're recording, so but at the same time, like we saw 3 raccoons cruising on the road together.
Oh, they were so cute.
I mean, they wouldn't hop up on the wall. They kept trying, but I don't know. It's just awesome. There's always experiences to be had, even if we're working or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, with like all my gear testing, I have to test all this stuff out so often, and that means that I don't always record my overnight trips because, I mean, sometimes I just need to go do some gear testing and not focus on the recording part. So I definitely have my time. Susie has her time to kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah, and you do a lot of night hiking, which of course you don't
Tons.
film.
Right.
So I like to think that that's also your time.
Oh, yeah.
You enjoy that just to get away.
Yeah. The other night, guys, my brother and I and our son saw an amazing shooting star. We were hiking through the woods, and with the leaves being gone now, gosh, man, this thing just flew by. It was awesome. Side story. There you go. Okay,
All
great
right.
question, by the way. Thank you.
Moving on. David says, not a real question, more of a comment. How about making a video about how you make a video?
Interesting. Okay, we'll do that right now. So as you can see, we have the beautiful Susie. She's drinking some coffee. She's answering some questions. Right here is our camera setup. Let's see. So, basically, this is how it works. There's always this electronic monster in front of us. We're staring at it all the time.
Yeah. And another thing, we do talk a lot, like we just talked about the editing. We talk a lot about the process of doing the filming. When we go out on a hike, it is a lot of back and forth because you have to set the camera up, walk ahead, turn back, go get it. So I think, you get the idea of how we do it.
Yeah, so maybe that's what you wanted to know. Maybe that's what you wanted to see. I'm sure you probably wanted to see us show you how we go about setting up for the different camera angles when we're actually hiking and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's really, really simple. It's not as complex as some people may think. You just set the camera up, you run back, you go through. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from The Annoying Thing Outdoors. Is there a video that you have thought of making, but for some reason you have not been able to yet? If so, what would that video be about? And I can think of one right off the top of my head instantly. Let's see if you're thinking of the same thing.
Okay, I'm thinking of 2 in my head, actually.
Okay, the first one is we really wanted to do a biking video. In fact, we tried, and we have not been able to complete that task yet because we found it to be very difficult.
It was so incredibly difficult.
Were you thinking of that?
Actually, no, I wasn't, but
Okay.
that is a really, really good one. That was the most frustrating attempt to film something I've ever had. I was really angry.
I guess you could say that's one that we thought, and we've tried, and it's one of those things that we haven't been able to do yet, but it it's still something that we wanted to do because we like to bike the creeper,
Yeah.
and we wanted to make a whole video of that. It would be such an awesome video, but
Oh yeah, it would be.
we need someone to come bike along with us and
Yeah.
just film it.
Yeah, I mean, we spent an hour and made it like, I don't know, maybe a mile. And,
Maybe.
Yeah, it was so difficult to grab. I mean, there's nothing to do with the camera. It had to basically take your pack off, put it up. It was terrible. That didn't
Yeah.
work. Now, for myself, I love winter storms. But there's not a waterproof housing for my camera, so basically I am going to have to like build something or use a plastic bag to protect the camera from the elements. I love being out in these nasty storms, but it is almost impossible to film in.
Yeah.
It is really, really difficult.
That's another good point. There's a lot of things that you want to do. Like, you know, when he plans a trip and then it doesn't work out, it's not because he can't go do that trip, but he can't go do the trip and film it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times weather is just an issue.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, I do have a GoPro. It is waterproof, but the sound quality, it sounds like a toilet. It sounds like your camera's stuck inside of a toilet full of water, and it's just muffled. It's terrible, but yeah, there you go.
Okay, next one from Jay. Does Susan let you eat beans when you're going to be sharing a tent together all night?
Yeah,
yeah.
you can answer that one, huh?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love beans.
Yeah, he loves beans.
Oh, I do.
But, yeah, it's all good. You know, we've been together forever,
Yes.
so it's all right.
Yeah.
I love him, beans and all.
I'm sorry.
Charles wants to know, if you had the chance to purchase a piece of property in other than North Carolina, where would it be, and would you choose flatland or mountainous land, and why? I'll let you answer that.
I've always been drawn to like the landscape out in Montana. I've been out there a number of times. It's just out in the mountains, and the land is so vacant. It's such a harsh environment. You can buy it super duper cheap. You can oftentimes get them with a very, 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 very rustic cabin on them. On the different, sections there. I think it would be great to have one. Or a chunk of land out in that area. I mean, it's beautiful country. Very remote. I mean, oftentimes you'll be at least 100 miles away from the closest town, stuff like that. That's right up my alley. So what do you think? What about you?
I would like that. I haven't really traveled as much of the country as you have. But I guess if you can go by things that you see maybe in movies or videos and things like that, definitely out west.
Oh, yeah.
There's some beautiful land. So I could see us doing that at some point in our life. I think, of course, there's different stages of your life.
Right.
So I don't picture that now with our kids
Right.
still being with us and everything, but that would definitely be
Mhm.
like a dream or a goal to have
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah. Good question.
I'm Sucking Wind wants to know, what is the best extreme cold weather tents?
Healerberg, absolutely awesome. There's a number of different companies that really do make fantastic tents for the fourth season, but yeah, and there's some that I haven't tested out, like Fjallraven. They have a number of tents, and it's very, very difficult to find them in the United States. Yeah, Healerberg is definitely one that you could purchase worldwide. The quality is incredible. The price is incredible.
Survivalist 2008 wants to know, what's your most high weirdness you've ever encountered in the wilds, and has anyone ever recognized you on the trail from your channel?
Let's see. Okay, high weirdness.
Yeah.
People are typically the weirdest factor that I have out on the trail. I've come across a couple like true weirdos. People just stare at you strange. They act bizarre. I don't know what they're doing. It almost seems like they're on something. I don't know. That's been on a number of occasions.
You had the like you heard voice.
Yeah.
I think you got that on tape though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It wasn't the last overnight trip, but the last one that I was on the Appalachian Trail, I thought I heard a voice say hello or help or something like that. A woman's voice out in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Made my hair stand up. I've been out deep into the backcountry and heard like banging noises and stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
That's kind of weird.
What was the other part of that question?
Have you been recognized on the trail?
Not on the trail. Typically, I like going during the middle of the week when I know that people aren't going to be out and about, and I like to go places where there's no people. So yeah, I'm usually away from that. I've definitely been recognized in town, at funerals, gun stores, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's always pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And trail days, you always get recognized.
Oh yeah,
there.
trail days. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie wants to know, what is your favorite gear for an overnight adventure?
My favorite gear. Gosh, my favorite pieces of gear.
Why don't you just say, just what do you always have to take, maybe? What's your favorite thing to take?
Well, when it comes to gear and being part of the Outdoor Gear Review, I test so many pieces of gear that I really, really like. Okay, when it comes to backpacks, right off the top of my head here, if there was a pack that I could go grab right now and go out hiking with it, it would be the Arc'teryx Echo Pack. It was made, it's part of the LEAF program, made for law enforcement and military and stuff like that. I absolutely love that pack. It's so incredibly comfortable. It looks cool. Yeah. Sleeping pad, if I was to grab one right now, it'd be the Thermarest X-Therm. It has a very high R value. It keeps you nice and warm. We've been out camping together before, and that thing would toast me, and I'd give it to her because she was freezing. So
I always want that one.
yeah, it's lightweight. It's incredibly warm. Sleeping bags, I would go with a down fill. I would probably go with a quilt, Katabatic Elsic quilt. It's very, very nice, very, very lightweight. Expensive. Favorite tent? Yeah, I don't know. There's too many coming right now. That should get you started. So, there you go. I can go on all night long about favorite gear.
Jim says, "Hey Luke, why did you cut your mountain man beard? You looked cool."
Folks, it got on my nerves, to be honest with you, but it is coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time I'm gonna keep it tamed a little bit more. I'm gonna trim it here and there because before it was just like bursh.
Yeah, it comes and goes, but it doesn't really ever go away.
Yeah.
It just gets longer or shorter.
But yep, I'm just gonna let it do its thing, grow it out.
You
this
look
time.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, I had some viewers send in some beard oil. It is awesome. I really like the style of this beard oil. It's just really cool. I think most guys will really like it. Yeah.
He also says, for Susan, how do I get my wife to go camping with me when there is no bathroom? And that is always the $1 million question.
Yep.
But ladies, come on, you just have to get over it. You just have to squat and pee, and you just have to do it. I am testing out some products. I'm sure you know that there are products out there for females to use so that they can pee easily in the woods, standing up. There's everything, they're all typically funnels, but there's different products. There's disposable, there's silicone, all different things like that. So really, come on, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
You just have to squat and go.
Once you do, it becomes second nature once you get used to it. I mean, Susie can go in the woods like a champion, no big deal.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to do a video to talk about some other tips to make it a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
But the best advice I can do it is, the best advice that I can give is that you just have to get out there and do it.
Just do it.
And
going
out and camping on an adventure is going to be so much more fun than just, that shouldn't stop you, is basically what I'm trying to say.
There's something so special about being out in the wild, For one thing, it's like, possibly, I don't know, most people stay inside their houses, they don't ever look at the night sky, and the truth is, you go back 100 years ago, and the sky played such an important part of everyone's lives. Throughout history, all the different civilizations, there is a connection to the sky. It's extremely important, and I tell you what, I feel like I have a connection with the sky. I love staring at it. I see all these amazing things, and if you get out there, you will develop a connection with it as well.
Right.
Yep. Did I take that off subject a little bit?
Uh,
Yeah, either way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Peeing in the woods and whatever, the sky. But like I said, I am testing out some products, and I'll try to do a video. Of course, I'm going to do a review video on this product, but also I'll try to do a video of just tips to make it a little bit easier. But don't let that deter you from getting out and going camping or going on an outdoor adventure.
So many questions, so many questions. We're probably taking too long. This video is going to be long, folks, so yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, we'll try to do some maybe shorter answers or something. Okay. Tracy says, what would you think of doing a trip through the Grayson Highlands to show your viewers the wild ponies for those who know nothing about them? That is an excellent idea. That is on our list of trips to take and film.
Yep.
We love it there, and we love those little ponies.
Oh my God, they are so cool. Yeah, we've talked about doing that trip for a long time, and things just haven't worked out.
Yeah.
But that is definitely coming up.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll head from Grayson Highlands all the way down to Damascus.
So stay tuned.
Coming up.
It is in the future.
Yep.
Okay, Dill says, hey Luke, I have a question. If you could show us your gear shed, also can you take a look at a pack? I do not know what it is.
Buddy, send me an email. Send me a picture of that pack. I'll try to help you out if I can. You guys have seen the gear shed. Check out my vlogs. I just recently started that series. And lately, those videos have been inside of the gear shed. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want a better look at it, I'll shoot another video for you. Just let me know.
Sander says, I have a challenge for you to take a 25-liter backpack and go on an overnight adventure, only with the stuff you can pack.
Deal. Accepted.
Pack on and in. Okay.
All right. Yep. That's my next overnight adventure is with a 25-liter pack. That's funny that you actually said that. So.
Okay. Richard says, have you thought of doing multiple day camping adventures? Multiple day adventures would help me as I'm not sure of the food and equipment quantity to take along. And again, yes, we have those planned.
Yep.
Probably just a 2-day trip to start with. But we definitely...
Yeah. But we both have a lot of responsibilities, and with our kids, it's difficult. So that's definitely something that is coming up. I just recently purchased additional batteries for the camera, so it's coming.
Yeah, there's some logistics to work out, of
Yep.
course, with the filming to do all that. But
Yep.
yeah, it's coming.
Yep, it's coming.
Bob says, what is your favorite tent for the summer?
Favorite tent for the summer. You know, favorite tent... One of my favorite tents in general is the Go Light Shangri-La 3. It's a TP tent. Go Light is no longer in existence, but supposedly they're making their way back. Anyway, it's a TP tent. There's other companies out there that make them. It is incredibly easy to set up. All you have to do is basically shove a pole in it, stake it out, and you're done. It's absolutely awesome. It's great for the wintertime. It's an amazing tent. There you go.
Yes. 40 Below says, hey, Luke and Susan, ever try out tents that attach to the back of station wagons or SUVs? And also, are you going to do a family outing in a future video with kids and your dog?
When it comes to the tents and the vehicle thing, no. When it comes to the family future video camping out all together, coming up.
Okay, I do want to say that I've seen some really cool tents that attach on the top of SUVs.
Oh, they are awesome.
And we looked at those, but oh my goodness. I mean, it would be mad science to actually attach that. It's like drilling holes and...
Oh, yeah, it's not simple.
It's not a simple thing. While it is very cool, I don't know if it's very practical. The ones that go on top.
Yeah,
is
they
what I'm
basically
talking
mount
about.
to the top of
Yeah.
your vehicle too. Yeah, those are, I don't know. But now there are tents that attach to the back of, SUVs and stuff like that, and it's just never been anything that I've been truly interested in.
Yeah.
So.
Jeremy says, what's your favorite knife in your collection?
Golly. The Spyderco, is it G10 bushcraft knife? Something like that. It is probably the nicest, sexiest blade that I have. Actually, I bought it, and it was a mistake because it's so expensive, so nice, that I can't bring myself to use it.
Oh, no.
And that is ridiculous, but I just can't. I just can't do it, so, yeah.
Joseph says, when are you coming to Arizona to hike the Grand Canyon?
What a dream right there. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah. In the future, I'll tell you stories about my father and his trips around the country, including the Grand Canyon. Pretty awesome.
David wants to know, if you could have only one pair of boots to go from heavy backpacking loads down to a light day hike, what would they be?
There's a pair of boots that I'm testing out right now from a company called Scarpa. They are absolutely the most comfortable boots I've ever worn, ever. I wear them when I'm going to town. I wear them out when I'm hiking. They are absolutely awesome. Now, the truth is that I don't think there is a one-fits-all solution for backpacking and hiking. Sometimes you need a very light shoe, such as this right here. This is the Vast Juxt. It's extremely lightweight. It's very airy, but it doesn't offer you the best support. So, yeah, I mean, your needs will really depend on what you're doing. So, personally, I like having a nice pair of boots, and then again, I like having a very light pair of shoes, too.
Okay, Cool Dude says, what's your favorite song and camping trip?
Favorite song?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I listen to music, but it's oftentimes just old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have a favorite.
Favorite song?
Yeah.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have a favorite song.
Yeah.
What about camping trip?
My favorite camping trip?
Mm-hmm.
In recent memory, my favorite trip would happen to be the long walk back stealth camp overnight adventure.
Yeah.
That was a riot. It was so much fun. I mean, we did some bushcrafting through the woods, some bushwhacking, just in the middle of nowhere. It was so thick that at times I was crawling just through the muck. I had a blast. That winter storm came in, hiked in the rain, sopping wet, frozen. It was great. It was amazing. All right, now it's my turn to ask some questions here. Let's see here. Benson wants to know, hope you're having a good day. Do you have any tips for people like me who would like to start their own camping gear review channel? Sure. Be honest. Be yourself. There you go. That's pretty much all that you have to do. Everything else will come in time. Don't expect quick overnight success. You know, followers, viewers, all that stuff takes time really to develop. There's a lot of companies out there that want to give you gear to do reviews, and when you agree to do a review, you have to be honest to the viewer about the product, even if it hurts some feelings. We've done reviews before for people who have sent us gear, and when our review has been negative, they would get extremely upset.
Yeah, just downright nasty
Yeah,
about it.
downright nasty.
Yeah.
And I can't help but laugh about it. What are you going to do? But, you know, it's like with this channel, we're honest about everything.
Mm-hmm.
If the product sucks, we say so. If the product's good, we say so. There you go. Just be yourself. Be honest. People are really, really good at spotting BS. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, don't let companies set the standards for what you want for your channel. You set those standards.
Yeah.
Because a lot of companies they're out there, they send you something, right after you get it 2 days later, they say, where's the review?
Yeah.
You know, they want you to open it up and say, this is great.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make a lot of sense, because how do you know something's great just by opening a box?
Yeah.
So go ahead and set your standards, and don't let a company set those for you.
Yep, absolutely. Dictate your own terms. Let's see, Snake Monkey. Cool name. He says, hey, Luke and Susan, first off, let me say that I appreciate all the videos and the hard work. Let's see, he wants to know about how to keep mosquitoes away, but not using any product that has DEET in it. Now, Susie uses a bunch of all-natural mosquito repellent. Also, it works for ticks and stuff as well. Do you happen to know what the name of that product is?
My favorite one is, I get it from a company called The Honest Company, and it is a bug spray, and it works great. I put it in my bag and use it, and it works fine.
Yeah.
That might be an option.
It's all natural, doesn't have any of that chemical crap in it.
Yeah, that might be an option to look into.
Yeah. We're pretty much the same way. We don't want to spray that stuff on us either. One thing that we do, like say if we go camping, we're at our campsite, we just build a smoky fire.
Yeah.
Smoke will get rid of all the bugs and stuff, nice and easy. Sometimes in our videos you may see that there's like smoke billowing through, and that's because we've just started a little smoky fire to get the bugs away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So try those and see if they work for you.
Eisenthur.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, if I messed that up. He wants to know if the Appalachian Trail is worthwhile to hike or if it's overrated. My friend, it is one of the most rewarding things you could possibly do. You will meet some amazing people. Go do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, if you can do it. Not everybody can. Thousands upon thousands of people start it. Most do not finish it. Okay, Bobby has a good question. Luke, what underwear do you prefer for long, hot hikes? I will post that on the screen because I can't remember what it's officially called. Do not wear cotton. I've been out with some of my friends who have worn cotton on their hikes, and it will rub them so raw once it gets wet and damp that, like, seriously, I've had friends hike with their hands holding their butt cheeks apart because they're rubbed so raw from their underwear. So, yeah, that's not fun. I've had friends before wear just like, cotton boxers. They get so much road rash, basically, that they have to walk backwards because everything hurts when it moves. Yeah, it's terrible. So super important to have the right underwear when you go out for a long, hot hike. Chad wants to know, would you accept a lifetime supply of Taster's Nasty? Heck yeah.
Yeah, you would.
No doubt about it. Okay, John says, I would like to see a review on hammock camping, and we have been shooting videos, a number of reviews on different hammocks. More to come, lots of different companies, lots of different models coming up. John wants to know, where is your favorite place to go hiking, camping? The question's for me and you.
Okay.
Why don't you go first?
Probably my most favorite place is the Grandfather Mountain camping trip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Callaway Mountain, I think is what it's called, with the one with the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the airplane that crashed up there is just, it's incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great hike.
That's one of my favorite places, but I really I enjoy camping with Luke, of course, anywhere. But I think it's really neat when you're camping where you have like an amazing view or really high up on a mountain or something like that. That's probably my most favorite.
Yeah. Grayson Highlands is absolutely amazing. The ponies, the steers and stuff, it's just really, really cool. I mean, you can wake up and you'll have these like steers with horns. They're huge. It's almost intimidating. You'll have ponies surrounding you. You'll wake up and you hear chomp, chomp, chomp. It's awesome. Google Tube sucks. I like your name, by the way. I noticed a Chrono Trigger wallpaper on your computer in one of your videos. What are some of your favorite old video games and current ones? In my videos, I like to throw little hidden things in there. So sometimes there's sound effects, sometimes there's backgrounds on the computer, or even other things. I hide stuff in my videos all the time. Some people pick up on them, some people don't. I think that's kind of funny. They're Easter eggs. But I'm a retro gamer. I love the old games. So I loved Chrono Trigger. I loved Chrono Cross. Let's see. I don't get to play video games as much as I used to, but Fallout 4 is pretty sweet. Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain is pretty awesome. That's really about all that I've been able to play. I get to play for like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here, there. So it's just, I don't know. Just whenever I have a real moment to sit down and chill and not do anything, do I get to play. What about you guys? What's your favorite old games, retro games? What's your favorite current ones? All right, John wants to know, Luke, Susan, which is cooler, pirates or ninjas?
What do you think?
Ninjas.
Ninjas. Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's anything cool about a pirate. I think the idea of a pirate's cool, but I don't know.
Aren't they mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rape and pillage is always fun. Okay, UDAC wants to know, will Susan participate in a bushcraft overnight adventure? Yeah.
It's probably not my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. I think she'd much rather have like an actual tent.
Yeah.
True comfort, because bushcrafting isn't necessarily about true comfort. Eric says that he just got the MMSS sleep system. It is pretty dang awesome. I hope you enjoy it, my friend. Yes, I do have one. I use it all the time. I have yet to actually put the two bags together and really test it out. I've done it. Oh, I think it got down to maybe 10 degrees, and I stayed perfectly comfortable. I love the bivy as well. Let's see. He uses snake gaiters when hiking. He's wondering if I have to do the same. No, I don't have to wear snake gaiters. We don't have to wear snake gaiters because we don't really have any poisonous snakes at this altitude. So we're very, very lucky in that regards because you can go, I don't know, 500 feet down in elevation, and you do have copperheads. You can go a little bit more down, you have rattlesnakes as well. So, yeah, we're lucky we don't really have any poisonous snakes up here. Ronald says that my wife and I just got into backpacking. His wife had gotten a pack, tried it on in a store, but it didn't really work for her. And there could be a number of different things actually going on there. For one, the actual pack isn't truly fitted for her correctly. That could be the problem. Or the pack itself might just be uncomfortable. Most places have really good return policies, so take the pack back. Try something else on. I highly recommend that your pack fits your torso length, so make sure, stick your hand here on your side, and I can't actually remember the technical term for it, but feel the top of your hip bone, okay? That's where your waist belt needs to go. It needs to go right in the middle, so if you have your waist belt, which you might be able to see right there, your hip bone needs to be right in the middle of that. So make sure it fits right. There's plenty of people who can help you out. We'll shoot a video on that for you guys in the future. But having a pack that really is comfortable and fits right is so important. I have packs,
Definitely.
that are just simply uncomfortable. I tested out a product from Gregory, the Z something or other, and it killed me. It made my back hurt so bad. It's just a bad pack for me. So test it out. Keep testing. You'll find something eventually that works right.
Okay, Bryant wants to say that we have such a strong and loving marriage and that we're an inspiration. That's awesome. Thank you. He wants to know our secret to sticking together for so long and how have you handled the bumps in the road?
Everybody has bumps in the road. That's life, right? Being honest, being true is key. When you first start dating someone, you usually go all out. You want to impress them. Most of the time, the guys just want to get laid. The girl wants to find love, whatever. But the truth is, it's like you have to kind of keep that going. Like Susan and I, we've been together like 15 plus years, and I still make sure that I open her door for her, so she gets in the vehicle first. You know,
Yeah.
I hold the door open for her when we go to a store. The women always come first in all things.
Yeah.
All things, fellas.
You're a gentleman.
Yep.
And I think my best advice is it's about compromise.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it your way all the time.
Yeah.
I can't have it my way all the time, or it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So, we've been together since we were kids, so we've had to do a lot of growing up.
Yep.
And it's not always been perfect.
Nope.
But once you kind of grow up and then you can learn, like, you have to compromise. It's a give and take.
It is. Yeah,
And
one
then-
person's not always right. One person can't make all the decisions.
Yeah. I have to say, I think when it finally clicked for us, like, we don't even argue anymore. There's nothing to argue about, you know.
No.
Once you really have to, it just clicks and you're like, okay, I mean, you have to compromise, pick your battles, but,
Yeah.
you know, there really shouldn't be any battles.
Yeah.
But that's my best advice.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes I lose my temper, and usually it's just due to stress. We really don't fight that much. Like I'll get
I don't think
stressed out about
yeah.
something and a little bit short, but that's about the most.
We don't really have any arguments.
No.
But I think we have to compromise.
Oh yeah, have to.
Can you hold these so I can put
Yeah.
my hands? Let's compromise. I'll stay warm and you hold these.
See, guys, compromise. Let's.
Oh, and let me just say one more thing.
Okay.
You always tell each other that you love each other.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Absolutely, and you have to have intimacy. I think
Yeah.
that's very, very important.
And I try to let Luke know, like, I appreciate him,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to tell him thank you for everything that he does.
Vice versa.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Chris wants to know, when hiking and camping, I carry my DSLR with 2 to 3 lenses, and a tripod. What do I suggest for carrying backpacking or camera gear while doing all this stuff? How can you lighten your load? There's not an easy way to do this. If you have to have all those lenses, you have to carry them. They have to be padded. I feel your pain, brother. I've been there. You could, of course, try to go with like a carbon fiber tripod, something like that. I don't know. There's not a whole lot you can do to really skimp on weight when it comes to carrying all that stuff, sadly. Or let me say this. That's from my experiences. If you've discovered some little secret, please let me know. A number of people here want to know about doing some 4x4 camping adventures. There's only one place that I could really think of where you can actually do some 4x4ing along with camping, and that's out in the Pisgah National Forest. I'll have to look into that because I'm not entirely sure where it's at. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Andy has a question for you, hun. When are you going to let him have the recipe for the blueberry bread that you made?
Oh, yeah.
God, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
We need to post that on the website.
Yeah.
We will do that.
We'll get you the recipe.
Yeah, we'll do that. Rob wants to know, how much time in a week do we spend on the Outdoor Gear Review? More hours than you can possibly imagine. Off and on, all day long, every day.
I would just say 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much is all day long.
Even when Luke goes to bed, he lays in the bed and he's thinking about, oh, I'm going to do this adventure. I'm going to take this tent. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to shoot this video.
Yeah, I got to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. A lot of people want to know what kind of camera you use. So.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Okay, we get this question all the time through email, too. I answer it at least a couple of times a week. I'll reply to someone's email.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know, what kind of camera do you use to make your adventure videos?
Yeah.
And
Let's see. Let me look at this thing real quick. It is the Canon HFG30.
Yeah.
I'll put the name of it on the screen for you all. It's a very expensive camera. It doesn't shoot 4K. I don't want to shoot in 4K. I oftentimes think about it, but how many of you folks actually have a 4K television monitor device? So yeah, it was extremely expensive, but the quality is amazing, as you can see yourself right there. I mean, look, you can see the color of the sunrise coming up. I'm actually filming the sunrise with the older camera that I have, and it looks like pure crap compared to this one right here.
Yeah, it was worth the investment, and you get compliments all the time on your quality.
All the time.
That is thanks to the camera.
Yep.
Hey, Luke and Susan, have you read any of the Foxfire books? And this is from Doug, Bear Country Hiker. And I have not read any Foxfire
I have not either.
books. I will have to look those up, though.
Anytime that I'm reading books, I usually go through spells. So, in 1 month, I'll just pound through like 10 books, and then I burn myself out from reading for a while, and I take a break. And I've kind of on a break right now. I haven't been reading anything. Yeah, I need to.
Richard wants to know if we thought about having an expo on our property. And I'll say we've thought about everything. But, there's just a lot of things to work out to make things like that go smoothly.
Yeah.
So perhaps in the future, I think we have covered most of these questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are along the same lines. It's just worded differently.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have answered your questions.
Yeah. So guys, we do want to say thank you very much for watching this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. As we answered your questions, we will have another question submission video. So if you guys have more questions, something that we didn't answer, you can ask them, and we'll get to them in the future. I don't know about you, but I want to stare at that.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's what I want to see. So we're going to let you all go. And I'll tell you what, we'll continue to show you the sunrise because you guys have been out here enjoying this with us. But until next time, everybody, take care. Strength and honor from us to you. Happy holidays. Bye, guys.
Bye.